Hi everyone, hope you're all safe and well, and this is the last of the group 7 videos and the last of the sort of worksheets that I wanted to get through in this series. I'm going to go through the Hal Leonard list one more time here of Hal Leonard list of chords, and I'm going to do them individually with alternating bass and finding the alternating bass on this list. So if you want to take your list in your Hal Leonard book and mark these, that might be helpful for you for studying and for practicing too. So what we're going to do is start with the open E chords. And by open E, I mean the open E in the bass. We're going to group them like Disler did with the open strings in the bass first. So we'll do the E group, the A group, and the D group first. So again, I need to look at my letter name E as the root for E, E minor, and E7, and count up to 5 with that really important rule that E is number 1. E, F, G, A, B. E, F, G, A, B. Literally 5 up. So B is the letter name that I need for alternating bass. And if I'm not sure where the lowest B is, this is where the knowledge of the natural scale helps. E, F, G, A, B. So I can see that the letter name B is already in all 3 of these chords. So I'm going to go ahead and mark the root on the 6th string and then the 5th on the B. For E minor, the root and the 5th is B. And for E7, the root is E and the 5th is the letter name B. And we'll give a quick demonstration here. If I play the E chord and the 5th string, 6th string, 5th string, E minor, and E7, so what I'm doing again is playing the 6th string first and then the chord from 4 and above, and then I'm playing the 5th string and playing 4 and above, meaning that I'm not including the bass strings in my strumming, okay? If we move up to these A chords here and I count 5 up from A, I have A, B, C, D, E. So E is going to be the 5th. The root of the chord is A in all 3 cases, A minor, A7. And the lowest E, which we can put a 0 here for the E, is the 5th. So I'm using the lowest E possible for all 3 of these chords, and that's the 5th. So in this case, I'm going to play 5th string, 6th string, 5th string open, 6th string, 5th string, 4 and above, 6th string. Works for A minor, and it works for A7. And again, I'm not including my bass strings in the strumming. If I go to the group of D chords, again, D is the root of these 3 chords. D, E, F, G, A. Sorry, I'm going off the page a little bit there. D, E, F, G, A. So A is going to be the perfect 5th. D is the root. I can mark the root on all 3 chords here. And the 5th is going to be the open A. And in this case, I'll play the open D string for the bass note, and then I will play the open 5th string. I'll go actually lower in sound like I did with the A chord. I went lower in sound, lower in sound. In the E chord, I went higher in sound to find the 5th. So for D major, 4th string, 3 and above. 5th string, 3 and above. D minor, G7. So there's 9 of the chords right there. If I go down to the group of G chords on the bottom here, again, G is the root. There's your root string, the low G. This G. And then this chord's a little bit different because I'm looking for D, E, F, G, A, B, C, open D. So I'm actually going to be skipping the 5th string. So again, I counted up 5 from G, G, A, B, C, D, and I found that the D is my alternating bass. So in this case, I'm not going to play the 5th string at all. I'm not going to play the 5th string at all. I'm going to play 6th string, 3 and above, D string, 3 and above, 6th string, 3 and above, 5th string, 6th, 5th, 6th string. I'm sorry, I'm saying 5th, I mean the 5th interval, but the 4th string. So I'll say that again. Root is on 6th, D open is the 4th string, D open, G, works the same for G7. I play 6th string and skip the A string altogether. So the perfect 5th is D and it's on the 4th string. And if I go to the C chords here, C is the root. So there's my root string on the A string, E, F, G, A, B, C. And I'm looking for the 5th of C, C, D, E, F, G. So I'm going to have to write this one in because there is no low G written into the chord. So my 5th would be low G. And I could, of course, notate it right next to it as well. And in this case, I'm actually going to move my 3rd finger back and forth across the 3rd fret. So my 3rd finger plays the 5th string, now the 6th. 5th string, now 6th. Sounds like a typical folk song or cowboy song type thing, and that's what they would use. But as we've mentioned before, this is done in many other styles. There's C7. A little more tension in the 7th chord. 5th string, move my 3rd finger over, and I get the G in the bass. And again, I'm plucking the 4th string and above for the strumming of the chord. 6th string, 4 and above, 5th string, 4 and above. So that just leaves a couple other chords here. F chord is kind of a little bit of an exception to the rule in that we're not playing low F, but we're playing the middle F here to make this chord a little easier to play. So F is the root, F, G, A, B, C. Again, I started with F as number 1, F, G, A, B, C, and then I need to find that E, F, G, A, B, C. So I'm going to write that note in, and that is my 5th. And I do the same technique I did in the C chord. My 3rd finger is going to move back and forth. And I still have 3 strings on top. I want a minimum of 3 strings when I'm doing this technique at this point. So 4th string, 3 and above, 5th string, 3 and above. Okay, and then that brings me to the last chord on the list, which is the exception to the rule. If you remember from the last video or from the Distler reading, B is the only letter name, natural letter name, that doesn't match up with another natural letter name. It needs to be 3.5 steps from the root to the 5th of any chord, and all these other chords, just by the virtue of going from natural letter name to natural letter name, automatically gave me 3.5 steps. But B, counting up 5, B, C, D, E, F, that's actually only 3 whole steps. So this is the exception to the rule, and I have to raise it 1/2 step. So the 5th equals F sharp in this case. So you got to remember that that one does not match up to a natural letter name. And again, I use what I know about the natural scale, E, F, G, and this F sharp needs to be written in. And again, my middle finger would be moving back and forth from the 5th string to the 6th string, and the root is on the 5th string. Of course, that's the lowest B, E, F, G, A, B. And that is also a very common chord to do this technique with. These all are really. So I'm playing 5th string, 4 and above, 6th string, 4 and above, 5th, 4 and above, 6th. And I resolved that B7 to an E chord, would typically be used as one of the primary chords in the key of E. Just a review, primary chords are the root chord, a chord built on the 5th scale degree, and a chord built on the 4th scale degree. A 1, 4, 5 group gives me primary chords. And I have enough time left to do on this video maybe an example of one of these songs. And maybe I'll do a short one and then another one as well. If I can get the Battle of Jericho up here. We'll raise this up a little bit. Okay, Battle of Jericho. And I've got 4/4 time and only 2 chords here, A7 and E7. So for A7, I'm going to play A and E alternating. And for E7, I'm going to play E and B alternating. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's one example of that, and it gives you a nice bass line automatically there.